This time scenario is on the Kanto Plains. This March 1946. This is another fantasy battle. Yeah, Operation Coronet is nearly a month old. Despite near fanatical resistance, the US 8th Army has broken out of its beachhead. For assaulting Tokyo itself, the US forces must first isolate the city. In this imaginary scenario, the US 2nd Armored Division is driving north towards the town of Koga. Facing them are various Japanese infantry and militia groups. It is here that the Japanese 1st Armored Division will try to halt the Americans. I'll play with the Americans. I'm not overly keen on playing these imaginary scenarios, especially this armor engagement against the Japanese. Clearly don't really have proper armor. And amount of artillery batteries we have is insane. Tell you, have rocket artillery too. Yeah, we have an insane amount of artillery options to tank columns, light to medium tank, filled with infantry. Ooh, M4A3E8 Sherman. This is probably the best Sherman you can get. Yeah, a good solid gun, good machine guns, good armoring, a good tank. Chappie is a bit lighter version. Not nearly as good, but still a solid tank. I wouldn't want to go in a tank battle with Chappies, but it has all the elements you need from a good tank. It's just inferior to these proper main battle tanks. 16 turns, quite a lot of time. Okay, I'll actually put the artillery first this time. We'll send a few of the airplanes on these hills. Actually, we'll send both the airplanes on these hills. I don't know what to expect from it. They might go totally to waste. But I haven't seen any Japanese tanks that would have me worry. Not a, not the least bit. We want to get rid of this town. And when I say I want to get rid of it, I mean I want to get rid of it. It's very likely to have a ton of infantry traps and like that. So one more. That should do it. Hello, Mr. Town. I have bad news for you. Bad times are coming. Eight-inch battery. Not much will happen in the first turn, I think. I want to drive on the road. Let's do it. Please for the first. For the first turn. Oh shit. Yeah, they just don't have what it. And I'm assuming most of this mission is the same. But not a lot is going to happen that is proper challenge for us. So that's why I also want to play with the Americans, because I just want to get it sort of over with. Not like I dislike playing this, but the opponent that we have it's not really good enough. It's an enemy that can definitely match the numbers, but its technology has been falling behind enough that there aren't proper fights anymore. And they don't have anything to compensate with. Okay, just try to it and try to get rid of it. But this is pretty much what I expect. A few infantry ambushes, and we do fight a Japanese tank. But again, I don't recall. We played with the Japanese and all their tanks, although they have been proper tanks. I wouldn't want to take them in a tank fight. I don't see anything that they have that has could compete with, for example, these American tanks. They might. I think their guns is too small, so unless they will have some regular troops and they have elite troops, I don't think we're gonna be in too much trouble, and we have veteran. So yeah. There might be an ambush there. Shocking turn of events. Didn't see that happening. Ooh, that's a good one. Really, I don't care. Not in the least bit. Ooh, and a tank gun. Where's it? I'm actually glad that they managed to do something with their infantry. That's all they have. Range 10. So it's somewhere there. Now they're too damaged to possess any real threat to us. Again, the Japanese have anti-tank guns, but the caliber of their guns is... It would have been okay a few years ago in the war, but now it simply isn't good enough. You fight against tanks that if you don't kill them in a few shots, you're just gonna get yourself killed. The Chaffee, on the other hand, might actually be in trouble. So it was a great idea to try to drive here with the fantastic. The half track will certainly be vulnerable. Okay, now we can at least see it. And that's the problem with your anti-tank guns. Not particularly great and can't take hits anymore. It won't survive this round. Doing fairly well though. And then that happened. There are Japanese here, we know that. Well, I guess we'll drive into the town using this as a cover. Because the forest is clearly infested with Japanese infantry, so no point trying to specifically go through there. Ooh, and snake gun. Continue firing with our infantry. We'll likely take casualties, but after if it shoots at us, we can drive a tank to it. Finish it up. Oh. Didn't even have to use a tank. Yeah, it's gone. Okay, let's see what the bombardment does to the enemy. We should also get a lot more units revealed. No enemies there. That's a little bit of a surprise. Where are you bombing? Yeah. Okay, those hills don't have any troops. That's interesting. We do see something red on the left side of the map. Ooh, there's an enemy. Very powerful artillery. It's not bad for the infantry in the town in the sense that we're creating a lot of smoke, but... Oh, I want to see the rocket bombardment, how effective it is. Not that effective. At least, like, used like that. It might be that the advantage there is that it actually impacts different kinds of units. For example, if we fire normal howitzer artillery, we're basically totally incapable of harming tanks. So a rocket artillery, on the other hand, might be able. Hey, dug in tank positions. He's not gonna be alone there. I think what happens here is that when we start taking flags, there might be tank position somewhere here. There's a similar column somewhere here that start moving on us. So what I'd like to do is send one airplane pair. I'll also bombard the shit out of this place because we know there's something here. I simply don't want to bombard the city anymore. With these flags too, we don't really know what's here. It's not a smart thing to assume too much. Even though if there might be tanks here, it doesn't mean that they're actually all located here. Although I will direct both of their rocket attacks here. See, I won't be taking any flags, that's the thing that is decided, at least not yet. Enemy civilian militia. They're fairly well armed. Rifles, machine guns and grenades. Not in any immediate hurry. We're decided to wait for the artillery. There's not a real reason to wait though. See what they decide to do. So for the moment, we'll just position ourselves to move on the next turn. Yeah, that's going to be a nasty place to be in. And that should be it. Let's see. Yeah, nothing's gonna happen. Okay, they're still not moving, at least it's not still moving. But since the bombardment is going to come right after our turn, there's no point sort of waiting around anymore. So we can definitely start pushing forward. I don't think they can attack. Now that I think about it, I'll actually start saving shots on these tanks, because there's still the enemy armored columns to deal with. So we'll let the infantry actually handle most of the fighting in these city areas. When I encounter the Japanese armored groups, I want my soldiers or tanks to have full shots, like five shots, or 6. That doesn't mean we can't fire at all, it just means we can empty everything we have. This 6 on fire. Ah, yeah, too soon. Luckily, yeah, their actual infantry is a bit low on proper weapons, so we don't have to fear them too much. They're still in the building and dug in, so I'm not gonna give up easily. This is why I wanted to usually at least destroy the buildings and see if I have to attack them, and I expect it to be heavily infested with infantry. And good. I need a proper infantry. If the enemy attacks, I need something to shoot at it. I think we can annihilate the entire group. Maybe even take the building. I have a proper field view there. I want few tanks to be in position in case there's supposed to be a stream of hostile tanks coming. Okay, 1 shot per tank is permitted. That's something we can recover from without any problems. Very likely infantry. Okay. Yeah. Well, we knew that was going to happen, but it needed to find out. Needed to be sure. Okay, what do you see? We'll shoot a little bit more with these. We need to do something about that militia group. I don't think we can at the moment. Yeah, it's very risky to drive next to it because we haven't been able to suppress it properly. Apparently we had suppressed it. So... Ooh, that was a flamethrower. That army is totally annihilated. There's a few guys still left alive, but yeah. For once the tank did its job properly. I don't think this is a flamethrower shot and it's all over. Okay, let's see what the artillery can bring out. Well, there are tanks here. Ooh, I don't recall seeing that kind of tank. Ooh, more tanks. I have no idea how effective this is against. I'm hoping maybe a few immobilized tanks at best. I don't actually hope to get any kills. Ooh, infantry. Ooh, we're getting quite a bit of casualties. We're going to have to bring the tanks back to anti-infantry duty. We have at least 1 or 2 turns before the Japanese tanks could even possibly arrive at our location. We'll have to, we're taking too many casualties on the infantry side. Although they're shooting everything they have on us now, so we can probably wipe out the majority of their assaulting forces. Okay, what the hell is this? New. This is the first large gun on a tank I've seen on the Japanese side. I think it was damaged because there's a missing weapon there, so I'm guessing it's a gun with 2 machine guns. It's an okay tank as far as weaponry is concerned, but the armoring is still very low. Yeah, the 98s are small gun, accurate gun, low armoring. Yeah, so it seems that at least part of the Japanese attack force is basically totally ineffective against us. So I guess I'm mostly right that we don't really have to worry about the opposition they can offer us. They can. Those newer tanks I haven't seen before are certainly capable of destroying our tanks though. So it's not a, we can't just ignore them, but we don't know how many of them are. So if there's only a few, it's still gonna be a pretty ugly fight. Yeah, I'm not saving ammunition this time. We'll try to get rid of as many of these infantry squads as we can. Ooh, that's a good one. The enemy group was destroyed. Go there, dump the infantry, take a look around. Yeah. Because I was afraid of. I'm not quite sure what's the best way to do. If I just shoot at those, I can't do much, and we're very vulnerable to counterattack after. If I charge there and they can react, it'll be the same crap anyway. We'll stay here and wait for them. So much smoke. It's insane. Okay, goal is to clear infantry. Nothing has to be held back this time. That's a bit of a problem though. It assault us if we drive that tank next. Here, let's try to test it out. They aren't going to attack us, which is great, which means we can wipe them out. At least potentially, we have 3 units that can attack them. No, we actually don't. Yes, we do. We can use some of these. Not gonna be too much of a problem. After we have this town, it will be a tank fight. Down. We're not moving anywhere. I'd like to position our tanks a little bit here at this point. Yeah. So we're basically now positioning in preparation of a tank fight. Visibility is okay. Okay. Not much we can do. Have to wait until they come for us. Ooh, yeah. This artillery isn't doing anything for them. I think I'll just stop bombardment for a while. Maybe I'll shoot at the hills that are still there. Yeah, it's totally pointless trying to get tanks with artillery. Airplanes might be an option. I'll use the artillery to soften up these. We know that at least this has the... Yeah, some of these don't have ammunition anymore. It's going to be a bad place to be. Probably be here too. I don't know why the tanks haven't started moving. At least one of them has, button no longer dug in. Much more. Yeah, what the hell am I going to do with that now? We just have to assault it with a tank and hope we won't get destroyed. We'll use the 105 Germans mainly because they aren't that good against tanks. They have a few anti-tank shells, but that's it. Best use against buildings, infantry, softer target. Ooh, crap. Well, again, it's not like that was sort of a something unexpected. Just being careless. I don't think it matters. Oh, I'm gonna just drive another tank there. I'm surprised that they can assault so many times. Do we have any more of these useless tanks? Not really. Immobilized. That's quite good. Ooh. That's a good infantry unit. Seems that it can't fail at those assaults. Again, the problem with this mission is that Even after losing 3 tanks to a single infantry unit, I don't feel like my position has weakened in any significant way. It'll just mean it'll take a little bit longer to get rid of the enemy. And that's sort of the problem I had with these groups of hypothetical fights. Can you use anything? Smoke. Oh, militia destroyed. You can see the infantry. Ooh, there's still infantry left. Nice, didn't see that at all. Yeah, they aren't gonna survive this. Now the only interesting thing to wait for is to see how many tanks they really have. They need quite a few to make any kind of a serious impact. What to use? We're not even at the halfway point yet, so taking it a bit easy on the movement front. What to use? Yeah, you can see some crappy infantry, not really interested. 2 airplanes should attack. Destroyed and immobilized, yeah, they're not doing anything. That's sort of the confusing part here. We do have to take that hill, but I think that's more of an infantry job. Might as well go for it now then. It's a good place to shoot at the tanks over there anyway. You have infantry, yes you have, so go. Um, I guess there's an infantry, artillery strike coming there anyway. Okay, you're in a burning building. Ooh. So this means we've probably destroyed the enemy command. You're in a burning building, aren't you? Go for it. Yeah, too far away, no point in shooting. Can you see? Nothing. Yeah, nothing. You moving on. Again, not seeing really anything. This will be one of the last artillery bombardments we want to have. It'll be a very bad place to be on that hill now. Haven't even got a good shot hit on it, and it's almost, I think half of the group, more than half, is already wiped out. Yeah. We do see other hits. Are they at all? Yeah, I'm just gonna rush them. I'll assume the artillery did its job. Don't have to worry about them reacting too much. That reminds me, cancel everything. We want to bombard something, we probably want to bombard. There's too much smoke here now. Okay, take care of the enemy. Just take the flags and wait here. Hold a moment. Visibility is totally crap. Not just the smoke. There's height differences on the road. They still aren't in any hurry to move. Probably one group of engineers there. Just in case something needs to be done near the city, have that unit there. Still there. Ooh, that's a good one. Bastards are staying there camping. It's probably because the house is on fire. It doesn't prevent them from moving, but it'll... because they can't shoot their sort of a buck, but in a different way. The AI doesn't see any reason to move, but it can't even take actions on the enemy units around it, so it won't get revealed either. Yeah, I think we have what it takes to clear it out. Even if there's some additional squads there, it shouldn't be a problem. Have to move very conservatively. There's a point when you go from moving to moving fast is that you lose a lot of shots. We have to stay below that moving fast one. Usually the crappy tanks all the way on the other side of the map. Not good enough. There aren't good targets. It's not so bad with the lighter tanks. I think it's a certain percentage barriers on the movement. If you cross them, you lose a ton of movement. Ooh. Those aren't the good tanks. Those are the old tanks. But they are doing fairly well because the weakness of them was the inaccurate weapon they had. Another tank that would have been just fine a few years back. At least you could have realistically encountered enemy tank groups. But on the other hand, at this point in the game or time, and not really. It's just too little. When we hit, it'll probably be almost guaranteed damage. Not exactly a fair fight. Okay, yeah, it has no guns. And those were the better versions of their tanks. No, actually, they're the older versions. The newer ones have a bigger gun, a more accurate gun. But yeah, there isn't gonna be much of a fight here. And there should be artillery bombardment there, so I don't want to move not too close. I think I'll pull back to the town. I think their best option would have been as a tank to drive on the other side of the town, not quite into town, but so they could have forced the situation be where when we drive our tanks into the town, that they can fire multiple tanks on our single tanks, and more importantly, fire at close range, so the difference in tank or weapon power and accuracy don't matter that much. But doing this with the long range fight, it's going to favor us quite a bit. Okay, they are carrying infantry too. That's even more mysterious why they stayed back. Because the infantry isn't, yeah, now they're assaulting. There's not gonna be any use. Ooh, that's what I mean. Getting close so your defenses don't matter that much, although this has very weak armor. Against these type of tanks they would have been okay. But these are light tanks now when they used to be sort of medium battle tanks at a few years ago. At least they started to move, so do we have any infantry? That's really the problem. Ooh, enemy infantry. Might as well wipe them off now that we have had a good chance. Might as well pull back. It's on the move. Shintoto. Not a good gun. Good enough at close range against our lighter tanks though. And again, goddamn artillery if you're going to assault those same positions. It's just too much smoke. Hey, what? Yeah, they see some faraway tank. Faraway tanks, nothing more. And do we have everything? No, we lack those 3 flags. How about what do you see? See nothing really useful. button. Sure, take a shot. Let's leave it at that. Into the road might not be a bad idea. Otherwise we'll have to wait quite a long time before we can do anything great. Just bad, bad, bad. Every location is bad. Yeah. Side hull shot seems to be fairly solid. Again, it just isn't enough. Do you have any weapons? Yeah, some machine guns. It just isn't enough. I'll pull back a little bit. There's no point in pushing with these groups. We've already gained everything we need to gain on the northern side. We can we don't have any more high explosive tank shells. That's why we're shooting at machine guns. Yeah, 49 anti-tank shells still remaining. Actually sent this guy here. Come on. That was pathetic. Our accuracy isn't amazing either. Actually, it's quite a bit worse than I expected. Yeah, these are regular troops. We had some veteran tanks, I'm very absolutely certain of that. I think I'll leave things at that. There should be more tanks incoming next turn. At least something's still happening. These are the weaker tanks. Should be on the if they get hit on the side hull, they might still cause trouble. Okay, this is a problem. Japanese infantry coming from the rear. That's a problem. We definitely need to pull back something to these flags. Seems we bypassed some enemy units, and now they're coming to pay us a visit. Are you in a burning building? question you shouldn't have to ask. So more information, even with the smoke cleared, would be nice. Go take a look with the half track if we have already cleared this. Well, we knew that it was there, so I'm not sure why I drove the half track there. Infantry morale failed, so did we get ambushed right there? That's exactly what happened. Only a few turns left. I think I'll still try to kill the Japanese tanks that here mobilized. It doesn't matter at all if I kill it or not, but might as well. These tanks aren't going anywhere, so even if I get a loss or two, what difference it's gonna make? Absolutely nothing. Ooh. Let's see. That. At least we now have a sort of a slight idea what the enemy has. Those are the guys with the good guns. There's two of them. At least two that I can see. One down. Not Chi-Nu, but one tank down. Another down. Don't shoot that. Chi-Nu should have weapons enough to destroy our tanks. But that's two tanks. Yeah, they don't appear. We lost our main gun. That's always amusing when that happens. They're in a bit of a bad position here. So I do have to assault that place, but if I assault it with a gun, with a tank, there's a good chance I'll lose the tank. Like that. I can charge him, but I want to use infantry first to get its attention a little bit. React to us. That's the end of it. They're fairly durable, not in the sense that I can damage them, their armor is low, but they take shots quite well. And that also could be luck, so you never know. Some tanks seem to be very constantly be able to take multiple shots before you can destroy them. I think we'll be assaulting with that one. Especially some of the multi-turret tanks that have a main turret and then a smaller turret are usually something that, unless you have a huge size gun, they can take a ton of hits before they're actually destroyed. I'm not sure how the computer calculates these things. Maybe they have a larger crew, more sort of a weapon hard points, things like that. So, and every time you get a hit that does damage, the game mechanics sort of allocates a certain amount of damage that the gun does, and if it does enough, or all the areas have basically that can be damaged or destroyed, the tank gets automatically. And or alternatively, you have a shot that can be kill shot from the first go. So some tanks may have some more of those hard points, more crew, so more things that you have to sort of burn through before it actually gets destroyed. It might also be that during that point in the war that you encounter those two turret tanks, that I think it's something like 41, 42 maybe, mainly where they start to appear, somewhere around there. It's that the weaponry is still low caliber enough that you simply have to shoot more at the tank to get it destroyed. Yep, they're dead. See a target. You can. Chances of about to say chances of hitting them don't appear to be good, but I'm gonna fire anyway. So yeah, this should be ending on the next turn. Well, it's on the 16th turn anyway, so it should end on the next turn. Yeah, even I played in a very half-assed way, and even then there wasn't any question about how this is gonna end. So yeah, another hypothetical fight, invasion of Japan. Yeah, and the result is very predictable. 1365 for the US Army, Japanese 128. So I decided to be. Yeah. It might have not been that bad if a player would have played the Japanese side. So instead of just holding still with the tanks, they would have taken better positions, and if at all possible, it might have been preferable if the Japanese had more of those newer tanks. So you would really have to worry about getting into their gun sights. Now it was you needed to be very very close to be able to for them to even be able to do damage. Fighting near the cities would have been probably perfect for Japanese tanks, getting rid of the enemy advantage, at least some of it, reducing it, having a solid number of pure suicide troops there, take care of the enemy infantry and try to assault the tanks. But as it went down now, okay scenario, but definitely not one of the better ones. I still think we have one of these imaginary scenarios left, but I'm expecting more from it because I think it was 1942, so it's not the technological difference with our armies doesn't exist at that point, or at least it'll be much more less significant. So it might actually provide a interesting scenario.